Hello, First Presbyterian Church. I'm Lewis Galloway, and it is a privilege to be called to serve as your transitional pastor. I grew up in Columbia, South Carolina, and married Bunny Alexander, who grew up here at First Presbyterian Church. We met in seminary in Richmond. We spent a wonderful year in France at the French Reformed Seminary in Paris and learned about the global nature of the church and the struggles of Christians all over the world. But we also then served two small churches in rural eastern North Carolina, where we learned about everything from how to paint the church, how to run the mimeograph machine, how to coach softball. It was a great experience. And then we moved to Norfolk, where Bunny trained as a pastoral counselor, and I served a congregation. And then 14 years in Columbia at Shandon Presbyterian Church before moving to Indianapolis. And she worked there at the counseling center in the church, and I was the pastor. One of the joys of being at Second Presbyterian Church in Indianapolis was the residency program. Over the 14 years, I had the privilege of nurturing and learning from 35 young pastors in their first call there at the church. Boy, did they teach me a lot. We've retired to Black Mountain, and we're active at the Black Mountain Presbyterian Church. We have 3 children. Some of you may know Robert Galloway, who was the associate pastor here for 5 years, and a daughter and a son and 2 grandchildren. It is a privilege to be called to serve here in this time of transition. It's certainly a time of challenge as we deal with all the issues and the frustrations, the joys and the sorrows that come out of transition in ministry. But it's also a time of opportunity to think about what our vision is as servants of Christ and how we will live out our calling to be Christ in the heart of the city. How do we work together using the incredible gifts and talents of the membership of this church, and to be enriched and strengthened in our educational programs, our fellowship, and especially in our worship services? And how do we use all that God has given us to be witnesses for Christ in this amazing city and in our world? Thank you for giving me the privilege of coming to serve as your transitional pastor here at First Presbyterian Church.